Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be sharing some books that have impacted my life as a creative. These include some new awesome additions since my previous art books video, and I've gathered a great variety of essentials that touch on foundation, history, imagination, and inspiration. These are some that have helped me, and I hope they'll help you in your journey too. Let's jump right into the first one. You may have seen this book pop up in my videos quite often, but this first book I'm mentioning, the Complete Color Harmony Pantone Edition, has been a game changer for me. It's full of hundreds of color palettes limited to 3 put together, and whether you're creating artwork digitally or traditionally, for a graphic design, fine art, or illustration, or simply can't decide on which colors to use, my greatest hack is to close my eyes, flip to a random page, pick one, and roll with it. That's right, I know it sounds silly, but color has a whole psychology to it. It can evoke different emotions, create a whole different mood or vibe to your creations, and that's what makes color powerful. Have you ever been drawn to a piece of art because it made you feel something? It may have been the clues that the colors presented, or the shapes that you saw. But regardless your level, this is a great little book to help you come up with color palettes for your pieces, and it breaks down the beauty of color combination excellently. And purchasing this book was one of the greatest decisions ever. Now, as you know, I'm always searching for the meaning of things. And this book isn't necessarily an art book with pictures, but it touches on the meaning and history of every color. How cool is that? The Secret Lives of Color shares excerpts, stories, and shows how these colors showed up over the history of time. I love that it's color coordinated, and reading about some of the meaning of different colors brings even more inspiration and thought to my pieces. Don't be afraid to search a bit deeper. You can find more meaning in just about anything if you truly look. This next book, called The Story of Art, touches on the history of art. Most art history books are giant and super bulky and hardcover, but what I love about this one is that it's relatively small, it's soft cover, and as one of my art professors says, this is the only art history book you'll ever need. It's not a hard read, and to be truthful, I wasn't much interested in art history until I studied in Italy and saw some of the paintings that I see in books in person, like this beautiful painting by Sandro Botticelli. Although it's not the same seeing the photos online or in books, this fold-out feature enlarges the painting and lets you get immersed in it. So if you want a great overall art history book, this is a great little one to have. This next book on the list is a relatively new addition, and I'm including it because I recently learned and understood the importance of self-portraits. I recently took on the journey of self-exploration through my biggest self-portrait yet, and it truly was life-changing. This was a topic I actually feared and usually avoided, but after facing it and bringing a new light and perspective to it, I searched for more meaning, more books, and I actually found this one towards the end of the painting, but regardless, it was beautiful to read through and see some of my favorite paintings of female artists blown up full page. And a quick fun fact, this painting right here, we had a project in art school, and it's on the inside cover here. We had to pick a painting and put our portrait in the painting and paint ourselves in the master study. Maybe I'll show you guys that painting I did when I flipped through my art school pieces. But this is the painting I chose for the assignment because I love the drapery. So it was nice to see this painting pop up in an art book later in life, especially when I took on another bigger self-portrait. After immersing myself in this topic, I learned that self-portraits allow us to gain a deeper connection to ourselves. And that alone was truly eye-opening. This next book, Daily Painting by Carol Marine, is a little gem that I found. She shares how daily painting has changed her life and how it can change yours too. And although I've taken on daily painting before I found this book, I felt so aligned and connected reading through all of her insights. Here's a series I took on for myself where I did 1 acrylic painting a day. If you've been here long enough, you may remember this Fruithead series. And here's another daily painting series, and I open it up to you guys to follow along these positive prompts for October. When I took on these challenges, I saw and felt a huge leap in my work, and there is another one this year, so visit my Instagram and feel free to join in and have fun. Of course, daily painting isn't easy. Let's be real, being an artist isn't easy. But creating discipline, gaining resources, and striving higher will make things better. In this book, Carol touches on composition, the use of viewfinders, which is a little tool I shared in my sketchbook date series, painting on location, and how that can improve seeing your compositions and honing into one view, seeing that perspective aligned with other artists, and seeing how she actually makes her own viewfinders was super helpful. What I also loved is that she showed a bunch of different artists, the different series they took on, how they shared their work online, sold their paintings. She literally has every topic in this book of being an artist. In her career, she shared her paintings on her blog and sold them. She also writes about some tips on gaining web traffic, all from her personal experience of selling her work. This book is amazing because it touches on everything from painting, drawing, studio hacks, and the general importance of having an online presence. And thanks to our sponsors, Squarespace, you can do just that. Whether you're looking to start an online shop, a blog, a website, or a portfolio, no matter what you do, Squarespace is an all-in-one platform where you can build a seamless online presence, create an instant professional look to your pages. That way others can find your work, support you, and you can manage it all on your own. I've personally been using Squarespace for many years now and built my website while I was in art school super young, and I've gotten to know their award-winning templates inside and out. And after trying a few, I generated the perfect portfolio presence for myself. And upon reflecting, it has been a huge plus to my life and career as a creative. Give it a try by going to squarespace.com, and when you're ready to launch, head to squarespace.com/justcarp for 10% off your purchase of a website or domain. Jumping right into the next one is Picture This, How Pictures Work by Molly Bang. This book, personally to me, is the holy grail to visual imagery. We've talked about how colors evoke different emotions, and this book touches on that too, but she shares how placing different shapes and arranging the composition differently can give the viewer different emotions. For example, she says, a triangle placed on a flat base gives us a feeling of stability. And in the cutout diagram on the right, placing the same triangle on a diagonal can give us a sense of movement. Mind-blowing. So how do pictures make us feel in specific ways? This is a great book to have to dive deeper into the psychology of shapes and placing the pictures. The simple element of changing a pointy edge to a curved edge can make us as the viewers feel completely different. And the author gives us a great exercise at the end, one with more benefits than you know. Another amazing book that I'm super grateful to have found. Now this next one I shared in my previous art books video, but I can't help but share it again. If you're new to the channel or if you've missed it, Keys to Drawing from Imagination is a book that has a bunch of different exercises to push your creativity, push your imagination, and this book is just jam-packed with so much you can take away from it. If you're someone who's feeling stuck or unsure of what to draw next, this book may just be the cure. The subtitle says it all: Strategies and Exercises for Gaining Confidence and Enhancing Your Creativity. One way I exercise my imagination muscles is by trying out the exercises in this book, and I can confidently say it's pushed me in the greatest ways. And not only that, it's also a lot of fun. Our imagination is what makes us unique, and I'm a big believer in consistently exploring it. This book has 190 pages, but you can interpret each exercise and topic in millions of ways. This author, Bert Dodson, has another book called Keys to Drawing, so you might want to check that one out as well. These next two books are both by Andrew Loomis. They are big hardcover books full of so much information. I like to learn from a variety of resources, and there are so many I can mention in this list, but the reason why I included these two books is because of the amount of information that's actually in here. Anything and everything is touched upon. I love the spread showing how different color palettes change when you add different tones to them, and the way he shows examples to everything he mentions lets us understand and take things in a bit better. Everything from establishing the action in the poses and the little notes he adds around his drawings. This is a little personal touch that I'm really connected to as well. There's a big importance of taking your own references and lighting them properly, and then using those references to create your own character studies. It's so interesting and important to study the different artists' pen marks, brush strokes, and the way they create ideas. This book also has all the different fields of illustration, so if you're someone who's confused on what to do or where to start, this is a great book to have and refer back to and just gain some knowledge on. Figure drawing, I believe, is a topic that is super crucial for all artists of all levels. Getting to know the anatomy, understanding the skull and light and form of the head, practicing to draw features, and then doing it in all different forms of perspective from above, below, is a forever disciplined practice to capture the ideal proportions. I know it all sounds overwhelming, but I promise it's a lot of fun and super interesting, and some books give a really great and easy breakdown of it. The best thing you can do is just to get hands-on with it. And I love this page from Andrew Loomis' book where he shows how he sketches the figure from imagination. He invites you to draw some of these, but also says, draw many of your own. So no matter what book you're studying from or what information you're taking in, it's all about what you do with it and how you put it into your practice to make it your own. Last but not least, I'd love to leave you with the 101 great illustrators from the Golden Age, 1890 to 1925. This book gives you a taste of every illustrator from that time, in alphabetical order, and the text next to each illustrator is super interesting to read. Great legends like Alfonso Mucha, Maxfield Parrish, J.C. Leyendecker, and many, many more. Getting familiar with different artists, gaining knowledge on their name and their work, and putting together a library of inspirations that fill your taste buds is super important. If you've gotten some sort of value out of this video, smash that like button. It really helps and will allow the video to be pushed to even more people so that it can help them too. There's tons of books and resources out there, so if you have one that has impacted you, let's share it with each other in the comments below. Keep feeding your brain little by little. Small increments of consistency is key. Thank you all for watching, and I'm sending love and light wherever you are. Here are some bonus books that have changed my life that aren't art books particularly, more on self-improvement. I'll see you guys soon!